Hello, I'm feeling a little bit disorganised. I apologise. So I'm just going to get my stuff together while I wait and see if anyone is going to show up live, because I haven't got the clue at all. Let me get stuff out of my bag. How bad is that? So I hope you're all right and you have a good day. And if you're on replay, I apologise. It's not fair. There we are. What's in here? So I'm going to do a bit of a recap on what we have been doing on the brand plan lately, and then I've got more stuff to add to it. We'll have a little bit of a chat about what we're going to do next month. So it's not next month, it's next week. So we're starting next week. So that's good. I'm so excited. So right, I've got all the bits and pieces together here. Right. I hope I've got my brand plan. I can find it presently because we will need it, or I need it, so that I can talk about it. So what I'd really love to know is how you're doing with yours. I'd love to see the kind of stuff that you've been putting on it, the ideas you've been having, and how you've been connecting your plan to your brand and making sure that they're interconnected really well, because that would be so exciting for me. And also I'd like to give you some help, some feedback and some tips if you need them. So right, this is all a bit of a tip, but on the first video we talked about creating a plan. Here we are. Getting this off again. So like splitting up the next 3 months, which obviously we are now in October, aren't we? Yes, we are. We are. We're well in October. Well, we're on halfway through October. It's the only another date. Yes. So we're sort of here-ish, and talking about how there's different things coming up and what we could do about them, and like filling in those gaps with things that we want to plan, which is kind of like business planning. Or you could do it a different way, and it's more timeline, excuse the scribbles, September, October, November, December, January, like fill it in that way, whatever makes most sense for you. And we were talking about planning the year and thinking about things like special dates that are coming up, the daily posts that you're going to do, and what sort of stuff you're going to create around each event, each thing that you're going to have in that plan, the stuff that you're going to be doing in the future. How you're going to get people interested in Tree, what sort of country you're going to have, and how you connect all of that to your values and your ideal customer, and thinking about all different touch points. So I have this scribble here, which was talking about the thing that you're going to do, thinking about what to do before, thinking about what to do at the time, thinking about what to do afterwards. So I hope you've all done that to a certain extent, and I'm feeling much more organised and efficient for the rest of the year, leaving possibly even moving to January. I've certainly got 2 plans for one plan for January and one plan for February, which are very vague because we're not there yet, but really useful, important stuff. That's what we were talking about in the first video. I'll talk about that in the second video a little bit as well. Bear with me a moment while I find my plan. Problem is, because I've been doing this alongside you, I've been doing a lot of planning myself. I have stuff all over the place. And it's completely just, it's mad. Yeah, and then in the second video we were actually talking about a little bit about inbound marketing, because that was really useful. It was like thinking about attracting, converting, closing and delighting your customers, and thinking about different ways that you could go through doing that, which is all part of creating that within your plan. I think that bit of paper I'm looking for a slightly separate section here. Could be wrong. No, this looks good. I think we're there. Right, yeah, it's this one. So I've been working on my brand plan and it's been fantastic. And then last week I was at an event. There we are. And we were talking about visibility, which is something that I actually did want to talk about with you today anyway. But it was really good because I got sort of additional things to think about. So that was all really useful. So my brand plan, let's see. Right, so I'm just going to stick a sticky fix all over this because I've actually got it with the figures on and it's right, so I'll use it. It'll give me a second. Been scribbling on it and using it, you see. Right. Okay. So my brand plan was getting very complicated. I have to say, I'm definitely overcomplicating it and having too many things in it, which is not good. So what I would definitely recommend is that you simplify your brand plan. So if you feel at the minute you're looking at it and you think I can't possibly do all of this, then often don't just pick something. So there was a couple of things I really wanted to do this year, and I just looked at my plan. I thought, there's no way I'm going to be able to do a good job of any of these things. Oh no, I've not logged in. I don't even know if I'm still live. I don't want to reload the site, do I? Oh, I don't. I think I disappeared. Hold on, I'm not quite sure what happened there. So I had to reconnect and reload. Yeah, very strange. So yeah, we're going to talk about visibility today. So I've got bits and pieces kicking around. So yeah, my brand plan, like I said, started off being really complicated. I had several things in each month, and it was all like, yeah, this is just going to be too much. So there's some things I've put off until next year, which is fine, because actually, if I tried to do everything, I would be extremely exhausted and don't really want that. So I've changed it a little bit, and so that's good. So I'm feeling good about this. I haven't done a great deal with my plan, but that's okay, because most of the stuff is happening in November and December, and the other parts of things that it's to do with promoting what's going to be happening in November and December, really. So that's all right. I've had this big project which I need to get over with, which happens today, and then Tuesday when I'm back in the office, it'll be like back into it. So that's going to be good. So I'm feeling very organised, actually, despite the fact that I haven't really done a great deal with it. But I think I've needed that time to just really get into what it is I actually wanted to plan and what I wanted to do. So this is how my plan looks now. Okay. So over here we have October, and in October it says up here I'm going to be promoting challenge, because in November I'm going to be doing challenge. So one of the important things about doing your brand plan is you think, what's happening here? What do I need to do over here so that this is going to be more successful? Because if I just say I want to have a challenge and launch a challenge at the beginning of November, then I'm not going to have very many people there. I don't really need very many. That's really the challenge. I think I had more people watching them, but I had 9 people who got involved, and that was fantastic, and it was so worth it for me. It was one of my best. It was my best week in business ever. So I need to do it again. So I don't need a lot of people. I'm really very happy with 10 people. But you know, if I can get more than that, even better, because the success rate might be even better than it was last time. So yes, but this is what I want to do, and this is what I need to tell people about it. So I've got, you know, like a fortnight, which is a good time, because actually I don't want to be spending the whole month going, this is coming, and boring myself rigid and getting really fed up and then actually not wanting to do it. I want to be excited about it. So that's good. The other thing is I want to promote this Brand Success Club, which is something, what's happened again? Tech. So where was I? Yeah. So yes, I'm going to be promoting the Brand Success Club a lot more heavily from Tuesday, which is great. So I'm excited about that too. And then moving into November, and see, I've got a challenge I'm going to do, which is going to be very similar to the challenge that you can get in Celebrate, which is in the bonus section, which I ran in February to celebrate my business birthday. This one's not separate at all, but I think I really want to do a challenge, and I've been putting it off and putting it off. Actually, because I thought I should do something completely different, but when I thought about it, it kind of needs to be very similar, because I can't help people with something that you do like over here in the process of you haven't done the stuff over here, not properly, and certainly not for a challenge that's actually going to benefit them, you know. So it needs to be pretty much exactly the same. There'll be a few tweaks and changes. It's certainly going to be worth doing again. If you've done it before, do it again. But it'll be accessible to you forever in the Brand Success Club, so you don't need to stress about trying to do it in November. But we will certainly, in that week, we'll be focusing on things that are in that challenge as well, I should imagine. But maybe in a little bit more depth and a little bit more help than I might be giving them the challenge. I don't know, because I haven't quite decided that bit yet, but I'll work something out. So there we are. So this here is like a week of like how that's going to work: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not sure if I'm working on Friday that week, so I'm going to try and keep it a 3-day challenge again, just like I did last time, because I won't know until I ask nursery, and I haven't asked nursery yet, because I do alternate Fridays. I don't know which Friday we're up to. It confuses me. And then I'm going to be promoting something exciting, which I'm going to do in December, which is a Christmas quiz. I'm really excited about this. I haven't told anybody about this yet, not even the people I want to be involved in it, which is another job for next week, or possibly even today if I get around to it. So that's exciting. I'm not going to tell you any more than that, because I have ideas, but I haven't solidified anything. And also, I want it to be a surprise and exciting. So, yes, it's going to be a Christmas quiz. Then the 21st of November is actually my birthday, so I'm going to have a 1-day offer. So nothing that I have to like stress too much about. It's just going to be this one offer that is available only on my birthday, and if you don't get it on my birthday, tough. So quite excited about that too, because I love doing things to celebrate, and you know, I can have cake and we can have fun, and that'll be great. Although I probably won't actually be working that day, but I'll be preparing stuff in the lead up to that day to say this is coming, and then I'll have lots of stuff that is scheduled that will just sort of happen throughout the day magically. I think it's a Wednesday, so I think I'll be dropping my son off at nursery and doing the school run and stuff, so I might manage to hop on and do some lives during those bits of the day, because I'm going to be out having fun the rest of the time, right? I certainly am going to take a day off, at least that's the plan. So yeah, so that's November, and then yeah, in December I've got this Christmas quiz planned, so that's going to be really good. And yeah, I'll be talking about that in November, and then so in December I'm just going to use content from the Christmas quiz for like the whole of December, because I don't know if you have been watching what I've been doing for the last 8.5 years. I would be shocked if you have. But every December I do something special in December. So last year I had Plan for Christmas, which you can access in the group. In the past, I didn't start off doing something special in December, but certainly the last 4 or 5 years I have. So I've done pictures which represent different Christmas songs, and people have to guess what they are and go into a competition to win something. I've done blog posts on different quotes. That's the word I want, where I just like talk about what the quote means, and it's like a daily thing. I've done daily things where it's, I don't know, all kinds of things I can't even think right now, but I have done some fun stuff for Christmas. I want to do something fun again with different, because whilst I'm not saying I will never revisit any of my Christmas ideas, especially Plan for Christmas, because that was brilliant last year. I do want to make sure that I do something different for me, really, because I just want it to be fun and interesting. So yeah, we're going to have a Christmas quiz. And then it says here in January I'm going to do a paid masterclass, which is one of the things I actually wanted to do at this side of Christmas. But if I'm going to do a challenge and a Christmas quiz and a one-day offer and do all of my work up to December, then that's just, I just think that's a good idea, because whilst I do already have a masterclass that I have done, which again is an Advanced Success Club, this one's going to be a paid one. That one was free. I need to add more information into it. I need to go and tweak all the slides. I need to have time to promote it. I need to get excited about it. And it's like, it's just, with everything else that's going on, it's not going to happen. Especially as it's also my daughter's birthday in November, as well as my own. There's lots of Christmas shopping to do, really, all that kind of stuff. So got to be realistic. And that's what I would definitely encourage you to do with your brand plan, to be realistic. And think about what is actually possible, because if you don't do that, then that's not going to help very much. So how does this relate to my values in my business? So my values are written on the top of this little plan are fun, giving. It's actually giving confidence in doing, because that's what I've written that. Giving. Oh, it's yeah, fun, giving, curiosity, and creating confidence in reflecting other people. So I have written the right things. So the challenge is fun. It's also about giving, because I'm going to be giving people content and be helping people out, but it's also fun. So that does that one. But also it's going to help people feel confident. It's going to give them a bit more oomph to work on the brand, which is exciting, and hopefully some oomph to it with me. So it worked last time, so hopefully to do it again. And it fixed the curiosity as well, because I'm quite nosy about people's businesses, and this is going to be a really good chance for me to find out more about other people. So it kind of fits all 4 of my values, which is brilliant. Although that certainly doesn't have to be the case with every single thing that you do. My one-day offer, that is a giving thing, because it's going to be, yeah, obviously I'm hoping to make some money from it, let's be realistic, but I'm also hoping, you know, because I'm going to be giving something, I'm going to be providing extra stuff to what I normally do, or reducing the price. I haven't quite firmed that up yet. That's me giving more. So that's really exciting as well, and it's fun because it's my birthday, so it's going to be good. My Christmas quiz, fun, totally fun. And it's also going to be about giving. Mostly those 2 things, because I think that's really important. So that's like my values are like tied into those things, is brilliant. So that's very exciting. So yes, that's how I've managed to do my brand plan. It is really, really simple, and I hope you can see from how simple that is. You know, it's only like a few things in a year. 2 of those things are in 1 month. The other things is just 1 thing a month. I think you don't need too much to concentrate on, because you do actually have to do other things and have a life. So yeah, so that was really, really good. So I want to talk about visibility, because actually if you're going to do all of this, it's all fine and dandy to go, right, in November I'm going to do a challenge, in December I'm going to do a quiz, but you have to tell people about it. You have to make sure people know what's happening. You have to get your visibility up, and you have to think about why. Why do you want to get visibility up? Why is that important? Because it's a build-a-word. So, like I said, I was at this event last week, which was amazing. I'm certainly not going to share every single thing that was shared, because it wasn't all about visibility. In fact, that bit over there is completely irrelevant to what I'm talking about here. And also, it's not my content. It's my content. I'm going to tweak it for you, because actually it's just a really good way to structure what I wanted to say anyway, and I can add additional things in, so that's quite good. So I think the main thing was she gave us this amazing worksheet, visibility tools. So this was great, because for me, I was like, well, actually, I wanted to create something like this anyway for my brand success with people. And now I've got this wonderful list, and I haven't actually gone and seen if there's anything else that I could add into this list. There may well be, but I'll be creating my own list for you, which I'll be doing today. And then you'll have it there. But it was about visibility tools for being offline and visibility tools for being online, and both are really important. And it depends, what you do, where your audience is, which ones you're going to use, doesn't it? So you need to do visibility stuff to get people to know that you're actually there. You can't just sort of sit there and be like, right, I've got this thing coming up, I'll just put it out there and people will find it, because obviously, as I'm sure you know, that doesn't work. So you have to think about, what exactly are you going to do to make sure that people know about what you've got going on, and what has worked in the past as well. So we've got this list of visibility tools for online and offline. So the offline ones on this list are books, magazines, radio, TV, journals, PR, being a guest blogger, which I would have said was an online thing, but never mind. Being a podcast guest, doing interviews, events, doing conferences, exhibition collaborations, networking, holding classes or going to classes, and talks. So for me, I put network, and it was actually the only thing I ticked in that section that isn't on, that is offline. Is something that I want to be doing, but you might find that those other things are really relevant to you as well. You might want to be on the radio or the TV. You might want to be featured in a magazine. You might want to write a book, or you might want to be featured in a book. You might want to run classes. So like Leanne, you might want to run classes on how to create beautiful wall art. Obviously, Phil, you do classes how to ride a bicycle. Sheila might want to do classes on how to make a wire fairy. Hilary might want to do classes on how to create something amazing with your pet's paw print. There's all kinds of different things that you can do. And you just have to decide what you want to do. Talks, you want to do talks. And Phil, I'm guessing you do talks already on your other business. So it might be that might be something that you want to consider doing. And actually, I probably should have taken talks, but as a long-term goal, because I did used to do it, and it used to be really effective, and it was really exciting to get out of your comfort zone, that feeling afterwards, even more. So that was the thing I said I was going to do, with more networking. But not necessarily more networking, really networking better. And then the online list, we've got social media, so we've got all the different platforms, so that could go on for a while. Got blog posts, takeovers, interviews, videos, masterclasses, webinars, challenges, emails, email nurture sequences, freebies, case studies, and vlogs. So I did quite a lot of things in that section. But it's thinking about which visibility tools you need to take forward into your business to make sure that you get visible, so that people know that you exist and they know about the stuff that you've got coming up. So what I then did, because we all sort of went away and just created our own plan sort of based around these visibility tools, was I decided, and I kind of already decided this, to be honest, a while ago. I might even mentioned it at the last brand plan session, is to do a weekly blog with a video, with a live, and send it to my email list. I'll also bring my 5 minutes with series back, which I did yesterday. It was great, so I hope you call Moira. She was awesome. And daily to do social media stuff, which I do, but I miss days out sometimes, especially on the weekend. So that will include a weekly blog post and a weekly 5 minutes with stuff for me to talk about, as well as all the other stuff that I generally do in any case. But also to curate the content, which is something I got from that other session that we had, the second one. When I was talking about that had sort of come up for me that week, that, curate content is actually really good. In fact, I was at masterclass 3 years ago, which was about being visible online, and it wasn't a masterclass, it was a whole training day. It was amazing. And yeah, talking about blogging and things, and he was the guy who ran that, Pascal, was talking about different types of content, and one of them was curated content, which is where you go and get other people's content and you use it on social media or in your emails or on your blog to help demonstrate what you want to talk about. So I'm not saying that you just like copy and paste it, but you might share their post, or you might be like, you want to read this blog post, or you want to read this article on this website because blah 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 blah, and this is what I think. So it sort of saves you having to think about things to write. Obviously you do need to think about what you're posting and read it, make sure that it is relevant. But yeah, so I've started doing a little bit of that, not a lot yet, but you know, practice makes perfect. And actually I used to do so much more of that. So yeah, so that is my plan, and I think that's all it needs to be. So you can see here, it was way more complicated at this stage. In fact, we had 3 bits of paper, one for October, one for November, one for December, and it was madness. I actually started planning a masterclass on one of them. This is another plan version. So I already had my brand plan, but it was like getting the clarity on it is definitely make it smaller. You know, don't give yourself so much to do that you do absolutely rubbish job and can't actually get everything done. So yeah, so that was it. So thinking about your visibility and thinking about how you're going to get your brand invested and all those things. So again, I'm going to do these blogs and these videos. They're going to be showing people me. So I need to make sure that every time I do a blog, or do a video, or do a live, that I get fun, giving, creating confidence, and for curiosity in there. So I'm hoping that most of them will create confidence and oomph, I think. Some of them will be fun, some of them, but most of them, all of them, I will be giving content, useful tips, ideas, suggestions, all that kind of stuff. And curiosity, I think it's going to happen in the comments, you know, I find out more about other people and how I can help them and what's going on in their businesses and all that kind of stuff. So it is very much about getting those values in and just running with it. But also, because I've had such a revelation, like I said last time, about my ideal client, it's going to be so much easier for me. Because whilst I didn't have it particularly wrong last time, it wasn't as clear as it is now. And that's going to help me a lot with creating content. And I mean, I know it is now. I'm sort of like, I'm really, really aware of who I'm speaking to and what I'm talking about and the kind of subjects that I'm talking about, particularly in person. So I've been doing a lot of in person lately. And that's been great. So yeah, and that's where I'm at with my brand plan. I'd love to know where you're up to with yours. I'd love to know what you've got planned for the rest of this month, for November, for December. If you've thought about January, what have you got planned for January? Because you do need to think about January. You don't need to necessarily plan it in detail, but like I'm going to do my paid masterclass. So I need to be thinking about that in December so that I can start telling people about it, because otherwise it's going to come as a bit of a surprise. I'm like, oh, what's happening here? So also think about that, and then think about, you know, which visibility tools you can use. So I'll be making my own version of this list, which will probably have some different things in it as well, which I will pop into the group later on today, and obviously put on the website at some point. So yeah, please let me know. I'm really, really excited to find out. And I think it looks like from Paul, we're probably going to do mood boards starting from next week, so that's going to be really fun. I'm quite looking forward to that. So if you don't already use Pinterest, you'll want to get acquainted with Pinterest, but that's fine because we'll do a video on it. And I would also suggest maybe before we get started that you start stockpiling imagery and pictures and anything that you find that you think relates to your brand, to your ideal client, to your values. Just like grab a whole load of stuff. You know, if you see a magazine, you think that's a good picture, or I love those colours, or you know, because this is going to be, well, there's various types of mood board we can create. I'll just leave it there because we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, let me know how you're doing your visibility plan, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.